Spurge here, and in this video we are going to break down the new Sedici Podio 2 jacket. So price hasn't changed. This is still coming in around the $150 price point, and it's still aimed at really that, I would say, 2 to 3 season functionality. This is something you could use in the cooler months of the spring and the fall if you put an appropriate base layer underneath, but really this is designed to get you through the warmest months of the year all summer long. And we've actually seen a little bit of an increase in the mesh paneling for this one, which we'll dive into as we talk about the changes. But it's a light style update with a few key changes over the previous version. But like I said, price hasn't changed, so it's really just refining what you're getting here. Starting with sizing, Mr. McHugh on my left-hand side stands at 6 feet tall, weighs in at 220 pounds, has a 44-inch chest. He is currently wearing a size XL. He is doing his best to be the professional model that he is today. I appreciate that. According to Sedici's size chart, he should be an XL. As long as you're using the size chart, you really should have no surprises. The one thing I will say, a little bit of a boxier cut to this. So a little bit more room, a little bit more comfortable, definitely not more of an aggressive sport cut. If you want something that's a bit more aggressive, you could take a look at the Chicane 2 jacket, still a mesh textile option, but for around the $200 price point, definitely getting a little bit more of that aggressive sport cut to it. Sizes will range from a small up to a 5XL. The only note there is if you are on the smaller side, the small might not be small enough for you, so just keep that in mind, but a nice wide size range to choose from. And let's dive into what you're seeing here. So this is going to be a textile mesh jacket, 600D polyester through the main chassis. You are getting reinforcements at the elbow of 1680D polyester, and you're going to get mesh. And the mesh has been increased a little bit over the previous version, so your mesh panels along the chest and then down the side are just giving you a little bit more airflow. Starting at the top and working your way down, you're going to get a microfiber lined collar with neoprene up at the top. Very comfortable for you to wear with this. I like the fact that the collar on this doesn't have any kind of snaps or anything, so if you are in more of a tuck position, it's not going to be cutting into your Adam's apple. As you work your way down, axial CE level 2 armor is included in the elbows and the shoulders, and if you're not sure what that looks like, it's right here. So it's a multi-use armor, comfortable, breathable, and for a jacket coming in around the $150 price point, the fact that you're getting CE level 2 protection is a nice step. All right. What you'll also notice is you're looking down the arm on this, the logos have changed. So some of the brands over the previous version have been reselected by Sedici to incorporate some new options here. It is a different look to the shoulders on this. I think it's a little bit more of a modern kind of take on what the previous version was. The previous version was starting to look a little bit dated, and that's really what you're seeing change here. It looks a little bit more modern in the 2025 lineup. You're going to see just that 608 or that 600D poly working all the way around. If Pat kind of pulls his elbow up, this is where you're getting that extra bit of reinforcement with the 1680 at the elbow. And then from the cuff standpoint, you're getting a little bit of that neoprene at the cuff for added comfort and just a simple little zip closure there. Only thing I would note there is it wouldn't be mad if the zipper was just a little bit longer, just a very short zipper at the cuff. Looking down the front on this, like I said, you're going to see the logos have changed. Little stash pocket over on the left-hand side. I like the redesign of the Papa reflective. So you now have more of an incorporated reflective. If you remember back to the Podio 1, the reflective was kind of a dedicated strip that like horseshoed all the way around the front of the jacket. Kind of contributed to that dated look. So the incorporated reflective into what you're kind of seeing kind of get masked by the mesh there, I think is a nice step in the right direction. Then the dual hand warmer pockets hidden on the inside of the mesh panel there. McHugh, go ahead and face sideways for me. Mesh underneath the arm, and then if you look down, the adjuster at the waist is the same as the previous version, so just a Velcro adjuster down the waist. McHugh, go ahead and face backwards for me. The new Sedici logo has been added to the top on this, that reflective incorporated across the top. Big mesh panel down the whole back, so all the airflow coming through from the front has a place to go. No back protector is included. Would definitely recommend adding something like the axial CE level 2 back protector to this. There's a couple different axial options ranging from more breathable to less breathable, so you can kind of find the one that's right for you. But I do think getting that CE level 2 protection gives you CE level 2 protection throughout. And then the Sedici logo down at the bottom. McHugh, go ahead and face forward for me. Unzip. Very basic interior, simple mesh with a couple of stash pockets. You can wear this with just a t-shirt underneath, and it's going to be perfectly comfortable for you. Sir, you can go ahead and zip up. So if you liked the Podio, and maybe you are ready to replace it, but you don't want a big change in your life, the Podio 2 carries through a lot of what people liked about the Podio 1, but with just some light style changes to this. If you've never been a Podio user, but you like the style, again, this is something that is a favorite within Sedici's line. And especially now you're getting that Axial 2 protection throughout the jacket, and you can add that back protector right in there. So if you have more questions as to whether or not this is the right jacket for you, maybe you're thinking about stepping up to the Chicane 2, maybe there's some other options out there that you're curious about, first and foremost, you can click the info button on your desktop or mobile device, wherever you're watching this video. You can check out the product page, you can read more about the Podio 2, and if you're still not sure, you can always reach out to one of our customer service reps. They can help walk you through all the different mesh and textile riding jackets available to make sure that you find the right jacket to match with your riding style as well as your budget. I want to thank you for joining Pat and myself for this first look at the Sedici Podio 2 jacket. I'm Spurge. Enjoy the ride.